Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Making It with the Millionaires. So today I just wanted to have a transparency post and just talk about my postpartum recovery so far. Where do I even begin? So the day that we came back from the hospital, that was a tough day for me. I really wasn't well adjusted or ready. And they say you can never really be ready. But I don't know, like when we were at the hospital, baby girl was born Thursday night. But if you guys watch my previous stories about the labor and delivery, like I had vomited, I threw up, I fainted. So like by the time I got to the actual mother and infant unit, it was like past midnight when they took her to like get her shots and get her adjusted and all that stuff. Like we were up until like 4 a.m. So for me, I considered that like we really got there Friday, and they tell you that you have 2 nights. So I thought my nights would be Friday and Saturday, and that I'd be going home Sunday morning. But I was mistaken. So because she was born Thursday night, Thursday counted, and so it was Thursday and Friday, and I was expected to leave Saturday morning. So me thinking that we were leaving Sunday morning and actually leaving Saturday morning made me really feel like, oh my gosh, like I don't have this, like I'm not ready. I had not yet produced any milk, so I was just like, how am I gonna feed her? And I just felt really stressed. So walking into the house, I was just like, oh my gosh, like we're here, we have a newborn. I don't know how to do this yet. And it was just really scary. And I just remember crying a lot that day. My parents came to see me, and they can like tell that um, like I was really nervous. Um, just thinking about it, like that was a scary day. Okay, now things got a lot better. I really am enjoying my experience as being a mom. It's really cool to just have this little being that depends on me. I know that like when I was going through the whole pregnancy, I know that there were so many times where I was nervous, and like people always would tell me like, don't worry, it's gonna be worth it, it's gonna be worth it, like all throughout the pregnancy. And I can say they were right. um like I just love her so much. Yeah. So for me, I've been healing pretty well. So I didn't mention this before, but in pushing her, I had a 3rd-degree tear. Um, and it takes a while for that to heal. I expected that it would hurt more because I have listened to like a lot of people have, like I know some people who've had a similar experience, but what I can say about that is that everybody's different. I feel like I was so scared about like all the things that I've heard, but literally everyone is different. Everybody's recovery is different. Um, but that does not mean that like you're not recovering. So I know earlier on, I didn't really take it serious when they said that like my body was still healing. I tried getting into things much faster and quicker than I should have, because I didn't feel the repercussions of my 3rd-degree tear. Like I didn't feel like I was hurting or anything. And I know earlier I tried to do a jump rope challenge to like try and like boost my body back into um, like back to the shape that I was before. And that wasn't a good idea. After doing that, like, I had less control on my pelvic floor for a while, and that was annoying. So, my advice to anyone out there who is going through pregnancy and who is nervous about postpartum, one, like, three things I would say is that one, remember that you're still a person, you still have a life. Like, take the help that people offer you, and really remember to take care of yourself as well. Don't neglect yourself just to take care of the baby. Like, sometimes you do have to be selfish, and that's okay, because you are still you, you're still a person. Number two, don't try and rush your recovery. Take every step of the process as it is, and just take it day by day. Like, and three is that everybody's different. Like, everybody heals different. I know, like, for me, like, after my day of crying and being sad the next day, what was helpful for me was getting up, going to take a walk, and those walks were really helpful to me, in like helping me feel like myself. Drinking water, getting sunlight, that was super helpful, instead of like staying cooped up in the house sad. And like, I know that I was really worried about getting postpartum depression, so like things like that really helped me to like not stay in the funk that I was in. And I am a very active person. Granted, can't do all the things. Like, I was very tempted to go back to my dance group and just start dancing and, get back to the things that like make me really happy. But I have to do that cautiously, because I have to take care of myself to make sure that I can take care of my little one. So far, I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. There are some times where I do feel a little sad, and it's okay to feel sad that, like, your life changed. Like, it's not the same. Like, you can't just go anywhere. But granted, I take baby along with me. Like, we attended a paint night together, and it was fun. um, like, we take her to the restaurants with us. Like we're doing stuff, and it's been fun. There's also been a couple of things too, like people like seeing me and being like, "Oh, you still have a belly." Like, yeah, just carried a whole life. So like, that's been annoying, but you just gotta breeze past through those comments, those looks, and know that like you've been blessed with a bundle of joy. And all these things I'm saying, I'm speaking to myself. Like, I'm giving myself advice, and like just trying to emulate like what I believe. Cause yeah, I remember like those first like 2 weeks. Every time I'd see people, like, somebody would say something. And granted, I know you're thinking it, but you had to say it too. Um, so yeah. But I don't mind. Like, my stomach has always been my most what's it called? The part of my body that I'm most self-conscious about. Um, so like pregnancy was just like, whoop, that had to be thrown out of the window, because that's what people look at. But it's the fact that after having the baby and it's still there for a little bit, that was a little hard on me, not gonna lie. Because I'm just like, dang, like now there's not something in there for you to be staring at. Now, like, it's just me, like, not there, like, recovered yet. But like, the whole, like, you need to bounce back in 2 days is so overrated. Like, it's okay, take your time. Like, don't neglect it, but you could take your time. And also, like, I've just been feeling a little lonely. Like, I know, like, in the first couple of days and weeks, When baby got here, like everybody was here, like everybody was like wishing me well, checking up on me. And then like there comes a period of time where it's not as like present. Um, but do appreciate those people that reach out to you, that check on you, that ask you about how you're doing and not just the baby. Um, like it's important. Um, for me, like I've not been lonely for no reason. Like, Joel has been working a lot, so like that's why like I've been picking up a lot more on like social media, and just trying to keep myself active in some way, even if it can't be physically, just to make sure that like I'm keeping my brain active, and like like doing stuff that I enjoy, um, so that I don't like sulk in my loneliness. I've been spending more time praying, and like, just embracing the good. Having conversations with my sister really helps. She always helps to like point out the good things that I have happening in my life rather than letting me like sit in my loneliness and like letting like thoughts of that suppress me. So yeah, so I know I'm just kind of rambling here today, but postpartum depression, I mean, I get it. Like, wow, like you're pregnant for however long, 9, 10 months technically, and like, I don't know, like you have all the attention on you, like pregnant woman coming through, like you got your friends, your coworkers, people on the street, so nice to you, and then the baby comes out and all the attention goes to the baby, and you love the baby and everybody loves the baby, but all the attention you were just receiving vanishes. Whew, I'm so glad I have God and that I'm an active person and that I'm keeping my head up. um but yeah, like I know I was so scared of falling into postpartum depression, and like I'm glad that I'm okay. But seriously, guys, like when somebody has a baby, like check in on them, make sure they're okay. And sometimes they will say it's okay when it's not. Um, the sleepless nights, those are rough. um, but when you know that you're doing it for somebody that you love, it makes it a little easier to cope with. Um, when they say try and sleep when the baby sleeps, that's a little hard. Um, but I think it's hard for me because I know I like to be active, and like if I'm not tired while the baby is sleeping, like forcing myself to sleep at that time doesn't feel productive. Like one thing with me is I love to be productive, and I try and stay ahead of like whatever her next move is. So if I know she's gonna wake up crying, I want to beat it and like have her milk prepared, or like have a diaper ready and to go, or have her laundry done and ready. um, so yeah, I've gotten less sleep since she's been born, but not too bad. Joel's been super, super, super helpful. I am so grateful to God. Thank you, God, for such a loving husband who gives me moments, like gives me time to rest and to like recuperate and to have time to myself, whenever he's here and able to help. Um, so yeah. And if you're a new mother, if you know a new mother, if you guys have any tips, suggestions, anything, I like advice. I like listening to it. I like giving it. So like if you have anything, any gems, any words of affirmation, throw them down in the comments below. They're greatly appreciated. Yeah. So yeah, so that's it that I wanted to share quickly about my postpartum journey so far after 1 month. So yeah, to anyone out there who's listening, you got this. Um, and thank you to all those who are listening and who are there, and who have been there for me, and to all my viewers. Appreciate you all. Make sure to like the post, ask any questions if you'd like. And yeah, thank you guys. Have a great day. This is Making It with the Millionaires.